Our next guest is really getting slammed for tweeting this about the Me Too movement. Here it is. The entire premise of #MeToo is that women are stupid, weak and inconsequential. Too stupid to know what men might want if you come to their hotel room late at night. Too weak to turn around. Too inconsequential to realize this. Who wrote that? Candace Owens, who joins us now, Turning Point USA Communications Director. You are getting slammed for what you wrote there. Do you want to roll it back a little, walk it back a little, or reinforce it? Which way do you want to go here?
Look, Stuart, I am constantly getting slammed for my tweets. I am an unapologetically pro-Trump black woman who has been tremendously effective in getting black people to reconsider their political alliances. So they're constantly looking at my tweets and trying to build straw man arguments. I'm not the first person that has said this. Condoleezza Rice came out and said that the Me Too movement is creating snowflakes, that she was concerned that men were having discussions behind closed doors and ultimately talking about how they just didn't want to hire women. I'm hearing the exact same thing from men. So it's very important that strong women speak out and start to say, is this movement more harmful ultimately or in the end for women? And I think that right now, if we don't start differentiating between sexual assault and rape and simple flirting, it is ultimately going to be harmful.
Why are conservatives slamming you for what you said?
It wasn't too many conservatives here. There were a few, and these are people that I believe wouldn't be upset if my platform diminished tomorrow, but the majority of women support me. As we know, the mob is loud, the majority is silent. So I got so many messages of support saying, thank you, I've been saying this for a long time. In the comments, there were rape victims that said that they felt that the Me Too movement diminished their rapes because everything was being considered sexual assault. So it's a conversation that needs to be had. I'm really happy that I'm in a position where I can open the dialogue. There are men that would like to be a part of the discussion, but they're fearful that even discussing Me Too will get them Me Too'd.
I want to talk about Kanye West. As you know, he supports Trump. I mean, you know Kanye very well indeed, of course. Now, he got a lot of flack for supporting the president. However, I think he's got the #1 album in the country at this moment. So I would have to say that supporting President Trump, a black man supporting the president, doesn't mean that his sales decline. I guess he's kind of winning at the moment, right?
Well, he's got the #1 album in 83 countries right now, not just the United States. It's very important to note. And like I just said regarding the Me Too movement, the mob is loud, but the majority is silent. It's important that people are not fearful because a bunch of people go after someone on Twitter. I think they were saying boycott Kanye. Well, it doesn't seem like that boycott was so successful. I'm really proud.
That's true. It doesn't. Now, I thought there was talk of another summit. You, Kanye, maybe Charlie Kirk, meeting with the president again. Is that being planned?
Oh, so at Turning Point USA, we are working on the first ever Young Black Leadership Summit, and we are working on it. I'm not sure if Kanye is going to be able to make an appearance. He will definitely get an invite from me, that's for sure. But it's all about just inspiring, black people who felt like they've not had a voice in the political discussion because they don't think like Democrats would like them to. And maybe black people that are just coming to the other side and are interested in hearing other ideas. We're planning to do this in D.C., and it's going to be a tremendous success.
Are you leading a kind of a new movement here? Young black folks who reject the generations of voting left for most black folks. Is this a new movement and you're heading it?
I would like to give credit to the trailblazers that came before me because if they didn't go through the suffering, Dr. Ben Carson, Dr. Thomas Sowell, Condoleezza Rice, and I wouldn't be in a position to, I guess, spring off of them and lead the charge here. And yes, there is a revolution happening, an ideological revolution happening in the black community. I'm not the only one. There are so many other people that finally feel like they have their voice. And at the end of the day, this is about thinking independently, not belonging to any movement or any hashtag, belonging to your own thoughts and your own ideas, and having the courage to speak out about them.
If an election were held today, as a presidential election nationwide, what proportion of black folks would vote for President Trump?
I think right now the Democrats would probably hold 75% of the vote, which is a huge difference. Just so you know, they need 85% of the black vote, more than 85% of the black vote in order to win. And that's why they have been doing everything they can to make sure that I get shut down, that my ideas don't get heard. It's why they have journalists that harp on every single tweet that I say and build straw man arguments. And they cannot allow this movement to happen. They need the black vote. And if I'm around, they're not going to get it.
That's why you're getting a lot of flack. All right, Candace, let you go and do really important stuff. Thanks for joining us this morning. Candace Owens. Good stuff indeed. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Sure thing.